we've shown you with video, with testimonials, with people like, Bishop Omar Jawad and Heal America. And we thought it would be really kind of cool to kind of hear perspectives. You know how we're always talking about, let's have that conversation? Well, let's have that conversation. I'm 63 years old. That's your cue to say, no, you're not. Or you will not be invited for year 11. TJ is 27. Tez, you
42.
43?
42.
42. 43 is creeping up, don't you worry. So my thought here was, you've heard our vision that Jay has eloquently shared with you. And Jay Harris, thank you so much for everything you do for us. You don't get enough credit for all the amazing time, effort, and love you show us, so thank you. So you get a chance to see what we do. And so I thought it would be really cool. We thought it would be really cool. TJ, at 27, usually you're focused on you. That's what young people do. So what has this meant to you, and where do you see the vision for what we're all talking about?
I just think the biggest thing for the vision that I've seen, and obviously I've been overseas for the past 4 years. This is the first dream ball that I've got to go to in 4 years. So it's I just think that when you're so caught up, obviously when you're younger, it's all about you. It's your parents or you. But until you kind of at least for me, until I kind of got to the age where you kind of had someone take you under your wing and you can kind of understand it, you don't understand how valuable that is. Once you get a person put in your life, or a mentor or a big brother type figure that passes it down to you, you don't realize what a blessing, what that can change someone's life, that can change a kid's journey, his whole mindset. And I was blessed to have a few of those as teammates, as big brothers, as mentors, and that's made me want to pass it on and kind of really change the next generation and help them be the best they can. Because it's just it's just the circle of life, and I see all the things you do, and that obviously motivates me to do that. But just the people in my life that have impacted me, really, they showed me how special that feeling is, and to get to do that with my little brothers and the kids that come to camp, and it's a special feeling. So that's from our generation.
What was the question? Y'all, I'm so into TJ's answer, I forgot the question. What'd you say, Nancy? Wait, the food was good. I'm about to bust out this vest, too. I've been trying to suck my stomach in the whole night, but I can't take it anymore. So I gotta. Oh, I'm sorry.
All right,
I feel better now. I'm breathing, now I can think, right?
So before you start, and be honest, because we're 100% here, right? We're kind of chill people.
Yeah.
Do you see a future for TJ and I in the rap game?
No, listen. If you could keep a beat, if I don't know if you have rhythm or not, but if you have rhythm, I could make a star out of anybody. So as long as you have rhythm,
I can
it's
speak
all
for
good.
the family on that. There's no rhythm in the Cline.
There's no rhythm?
Cline household. That might be a little.
It's not gonna work.
There's already division.
It's not gonna work if there's no rhythm. That's 101 DNA. You have to have that.
So where do you see, you were so eloquent in sharing what your vision was and how Bishop, helped you kind of, streamline your thought process. What are you doing with the guys that you work with? So I've known Drake, I've met Lil Wayne.
Yes.
But you work with them intimately. What are your conversations with those guys?
Well, I try not to force my views on those guys, because everybody has their personal point of view, and I try to lead by example in the things that I do. But what I do have them understanding is, try to get them to understand, is the power that we've had. And I had to learn that as a young executive, right? I started 17 years ago at 24 years old, straight out of college. I didn't know anything about the music business. Wayne just saw something in me, and all I could do is use life skills that I learned in New Orleans and at Jackson State University in the marching band and figure it out. Because like I said, there's a problem with exposure. There's no pipeline for black kids to get into the music business. our mothers and fathers, how we grew up, couldn't afford to send us to New York or LA and work for free to intern for a summer. So that is a big gap to knowing even how to do that, you know. So once I got in, I just had to figure it out. So along that journey, you know, I did figure it out, and what I understood was the power that the culture was, because I was coming to concerts and I was seeing rooms like this, you know, and I was like, oh wait, this is changing right now, you know. And once I saw that the rooms were becoming more diverse, you know, I tried to put it on a lot of my artists to, you know, understand that power that they have and what they could do. But, you know, a lot of them don't get it. A lot of them did, you know, do it in their preferable ways, right? But I knew that when Bishop put that in my back, that I have to be the change maker and do it, because I do understand that these kids. You listen to rap music, TJ? Yeah. You came up in the rap era, right? Yeah, you play basketball. So listen, so all the kids are listening to rap music. So I knew that there was a vehicle to bring them in, and that's why this K through 12 curriculum, one of the things that I'm creating is based around music and media. So, you know, I want to get the kids excited about learning again. So I brought in music that they love, TikTok, they're doing TikTok videos with challenging with literacy, you know, and those type of things to help them out.
You know, so like in this room today, and I hope I don't forget anybody, but, you know, I look at how I grew up in New York City, you know, 60s, 70s, 80s, and now it's the 2000s. I was championed by the black community when I was younger, and I was told I was stupid and dumb and I would never make anything of myself. You know, what's a white little Jewish girl playing in the street with black kids? So I felt bullied, I felt profiled, but I didn't really have resources around me to help me. But, you know, I felt bad that people were maligning me for doing that. And there's people in this room, there's athletes like Kayvon Frazier and Corey Jefferson and Jason Hatcher and Ricky Davis, Josh Powell. There's so many athletes out here. And unless I'm totally missing this, we're inseparable. We are there for one another because it's built on love, acts of kindness, as my friend Gary Reeves always says, acts of kindness, respect, and just understanding each other's differences. Like, you know, Josh and I have spent so many days, right, Josh, just having deep conversations on when we're on Big Three, and just talking about what his life, or as a man of color, and his children and perceptions. I don't think that anything has been off the table in what we talk about. Right. It's been very cathartic for me to learn and to listen. Omar was really important in that. Dion, very important in that. And so, TJ, you have a different perspective, because I was protected, but you were a young white kid, and you've assimilated just an incredible range of friends. What has that been like for you? Because you're the most open, encouraging, and loving guy to your friends. I mean, Delvin's there. There's so many people you've been good to and have been good to you.
Yeah, I think that, I just think that's why it's, obviously we're all here, and sports has been such a pivotal, you know, piece in our life. And I think, obviously, sports is just such a great barrier, because, you know, even going overseas, like, I have a whole new group of teammates every year, and it's, you know, it's even more so now that you get to see the person. Not, you know, in high school you can show up for practice for a few days here or there, but, you know, now that I'm playing overseas and I'm living with my teammates, it's really it's special. It's special to see a bond, and it's come from high school, and, you know, being in West Plano, growing up a little bit in that sheltered area. I remember when you sent me down south one day. She saw me at the rec center, and I thought I was, you know, playing basketball, but really I was just shooting, talking to my friends, and that doesn't fly at my house. I learned that at a quick age. So the next day we got in a car and we went down
We went to the hood.
Yeah, we went to South Dallas, and she opened the gym, and it was, I believe, and mind you, I went to Plano West. I believe it was the first time I saw people dunk in person. And so when I went there, I quickly thought I was in the wrong place, but That's, you know, and you know, fast forward, you know, there's some of my best friends to this day that I met at that, you know, in that situation, that I thought that's the last place I needed to be at the time, and I'm scared, I'm frightened, and it turns out that was probably the best thing that ever happened in my career and my life, and we talk about it all the time. So I think, you know, sports is just such a great, you know, bonding thing, and it just allows relationships to flow, and because if you can get along with someone on the court, you're going to be able to get along with someone off the court, and vice versa. It just makes that bond, that chemistry so much stronger.
So Tez, sum up, if you have to give us a crystal ball, sum it up, how are you going to change the world? And we'll kind of go down and we'll finish this up.
Okay, well, I'm going to change the world. I got a lot of ideas about that. I'm changing the world by giving black kids exposure, you know, and hopefully with that, you know, like you just said, TJ, sports is one place where, you know, you see unity based off of teamwork, and you get that what it could be like, you know, what the world could be like. Sports bring people together in different ways. It unites them in different ways, just like 9/11 did, you know, 20 years ago, right? So I'm trying to make sure that I keep rallying around the problems that we do have, you know, and hopefully have allies like you guys. We're creating this, me and my partner Courtney out there. I was supposed to say this a long time ago. I'm about to plug it right now. I'm sorry, okay? So we're creating this program called Assemble, right? So Assemble is a platform where they're going to have black and brown innovators, you know, that, like Bishop said, representation matters. That's the biggest problem in the black community, right? That's the biggest problem. You know, we don't have the same opportunities because we don't know they exist. The education system has failed the black community, and we don't have representation to even know that there is a career outside of a singer or a rapper. So our platform is solving that problem. Assembly.fyi. Just think of masterclass as the black masterclass, basically, if anybody familiar with that platform in the room, right? So, and we are hoping that we join with allies like you guys and everyone in this room to help rally that, to help solve that problem of racial equality.
Teach.
Well, first, let's
I got it in there, Courtney.
No, I mean, I just think that, you know, as we talked about, you know, a really pivotal point is that mentorship and that comfortability and that confidence that you only get from people being around you and having supporters in your life. And I think that, you know, young kids don't get that enough because we don't really know what they want to do. Do they want to not play sports? Do they want to play sports? And they're kind of caught in between. But once you get that push and that support that, hey, if you go after it, and, you know, it doesn't matter if you fail or not, you give it your try, we're going to be behind you. And to kind of pass that along to the next generation, you know, we're hoping to use, you know, get athletes that are in a mentorship program, helping kids when they're younger realize that you might be a late bloomer. Like, I wasn't on varsity till I was a senior in high school. I thought I was going to be at Collin County or North Texas or something like that. And, you know, 1 year changed my life, 1 year of hard work, 1 year of dedication. And so if we can pass that on to the next generation and kind of help them realize that, you know, it's all in the mind. It's a 1-versus-1 game in life, and you just got to push to be the best you can every day.
Absolutely.
And I'll close with saying this. It is so important that young people are fueled and we pour love and confidence and opportunity, equality, inclusion, as I just said, opportunity. Two things can happen. You can hire somebody and they could just knock it out of the park, or they don't do their job and you can help make them better. We in this room are blessed to have the ability to lift when we rise. Somebody helped each and every one of us, whether it's Warren Buffett, whether it's Tiger Woods, whether it's Tez or TJ or any of you. We didn't do it by ourselves. And the greatest thing that we can do is, you know, my friend, my mentor, someone I dearly miss and love, Muhammad Ali, he told me the greatest religion of all is love and kindness. Give somebody a chance. Have that, you know, people gave me a chance. I would not be here sitting with you tonight if people didn't trust me and believe in me and give me an opportunity And it's like Ali said a long time ago, service to others is the rent you pay for your time here on earth. What can I do for you? How can I help you? And if we have that mental mindset, as he said, Nancy, I want you to, there's two people in the world. There's givers and there's takers. So I would just implore everybody that is here tonight in love and in our call to unity, just lead with love and lead with kindness and lead with opportunity. Give somebody else a chance to shine, because I wouldn't be coaching in men's basketball if somebody didn't help me. I would not have been hired by Bally Sports or ESPN or done some really cool things in my life if they kept stereotyping me and holding me down. And sometimes, like Ice Cube, my boss says, that's right, my boss, you know, Ice Cube says I'm his spirit animal. And I remember looking at him and going, that's good, right? Right? That's a good thing?
Yeah.
And he goes, yeah, that's good. And he goes, you know, I'm a black man from the West Coast. She's a white woman from the East Coast. He didn't say he was young, I was old, but I think he was thinking about that. And he says, we have so much in common. He says, sometimes you got to go over things. Sometimes you got to go around things. Sometimes you got to go under things. But you know what? In life, sometimes you just got to go through things.
Absolutely.
And tonight,
Yeah. Yes.
tonight, as a family, with the charities and with all of you being a part of our family, would stand together, and all the people, Fiserv and Cove Church, and people who have entrusted us, and you believe in us. There's a lot of great charities out there, and you chose to be with us tonight. And we really do thank you from the bottom of our heart, and we're so proud of you, you know, winning the award. And, you know, thanks, Stand Together and Heal America. TJ, thank you. This is not what he does.
Me either.
I'll hear about it later.
Both of us. This is
But
not what-
thank you so much. And Jay Harris, where are you? It's your show.